up, guys? It's Ruben from Erocks.com, and I'm here with director, producer, a man of many talents, Mr. Andy De Emmony. How are you, Andy?
Very well, thank you. Nice talking to you.
Yeah, for sure. I know, like these times are crazy. How has quarantine changed your life?
How's it changed my life? It's stopped me working. That's the only thing really. Desperate to get back to work. No, it's been a moment of reflection. You know, we're all a little bit bored here in London now, but waiting to get back to the real world. But it's been okay. We're some of the fortunate. We've got gardens and the weather's good.
Wow, you're in London. How do you think filming movies will change from now on? Now, once restrictions are lifted, how will that change?
Yeah, I think it will be a whole brave new world, really. I mean, we might gradually slip back into exactly as things were, but I think for a good period of time, we're going to be a little bit, careful. Certainly, I think we've got to be careful as an industry. We've got to be pretty rigorous with that and keep everybody safe. So we're going through a lot of protocols here. We're hoping to film beginning of August on my next project. So fingers crossed, yeah.
So talking about projects, let's talk about your brand new movie. It's a family comedy adventure magical journey. It's called For Kids and It. Talk to me how you got the rights to the book. Like, what was it like filming the movie? Because the movie has like a lot of different topics, which is perfect for families. But talk to me, how was it bringing that movie to life?
It was good. I've got grown-up children myself. My daughter's always read Jacqueline Wilson's books, and I've always loved the unflinching nature of them. They deal with complicated family issues, divorces, alcohol, split families, and so on. And I always thought it's very brave, and it really engaged for her audience. They really connect to that. It talks to them very well. It doesn't talk down to them. And then with this, I knew a producer who was looking for a writer for this, and I'd done some creature work with them, and so I introduced them to a friend of mine who wrote the script, and then they thankfully came back to me for the film. But it covers a lot of things I like, laughter and tears, and there's a lot of special effects, and I've done quite a lot of creatures, so it sort of encompassed a lot of things I like doing, and I love the story really.
So the story in itself, the movie is stacked with so many good actors. For example, Russel Brand, Paula Patton, Michael Caine, Matthew Goode, etc. How was it working with such a legendary cast?
They were tremendous. I mean, I think there was a point when Matthew Goode realised that he was being overshadowed by the children. He and Paula were, good dressing. I think he called it, but in a very nice way. They got on really well, and the kids really bonded with everybody, and we had a lot of fun. I mean, Russell is an unstoppable force on set, and so he would spin off script. I mean, we wanted to play around, and we wanted to find the funny as well, so it was good to let him play. And the kids didn't necessarily know any better. They hadn't really done much other film work before, so they'd just go with it. They'd play with the scene, and we'd end up with there's a lot of stuff on the floor somewhere that we didn't use, but we got some brilliant moments like that as well. And Russell, is a great force. He wants to be directed. He's really precise, and he's so funny. He's brilliant. Paul and Matthew were great parents in that. And with Michael, we shot him back in London before we did any filming. But he was engaged for quite a few days, and we used all of his facial details, his hands and body movements, and took those into the creature. But it meant we were able to play his voice on set to the kids. And they were interacting with, at times, a puppet, and at times an animatronic, and at times a little robot. And the voice would come through those, but the kids would really engage. So they felt like they knew it before they ever saw the creature that's on screen. So it was an interesting process, and they all engaged. I think if a script connects with you, you take it. And Michael loved this story, and said yes at a very early stage when he was in theory still in retirement. But I guess a voice is semi-retirement, but it was great.
So without giving away any spoilers, what was your favorite scene to film and why?
My favorite scene to film was I think the most enjoyable, we without giving too much away, we got a digger, like a ground digger, but we were shooting on a secret little beach. So we could only get it to the beach when the tide went out and get it in. And then we had to film with kids and this thing digging, which is the most chaotic day, digging holes in the sand. You can actually do wheelies and things with a digger. So we had a stunt driver for a digger for a day, which we all had to play and enjoyed that. We even let Russel Brand drive it for a while as well. So it was that was very good fun. And also, the other great scene I got to do was one of the girls being a pop star, or a song performance. And she was so scared and nervous before. She's a great actress, and she had rehearsals and everything else, but she just stepped up on the day and she was so good. And just to see the joy on her face at the end of that performance, that she got it, nailed it. She was great. So I personally enjoyed that, but the most fun we all had was probably digging holes in the sand.
That's amazing. And this movie has a bunch of different stuff that families will love. So give me 5 reasons why families should watch For Kids in It.
I think it doesn't talk down to children, deals with their issues in real life, divorce, split parents, new parents. I think it's funny. Russel Brand makes me laugh every time. I think there are moments that are really touching, which when you think it's a creature made in a computer that really touches you, I think that's quite a plus. And I think the overall moral theme of, careful what you wish for comes across very well. And so it leaves you with a good feeling. And I think at this point, although it was slightly ashamed the film didn't get to its cinema release, it is getting a great, if captive audience. And I think it's finding a home in a way that we hadn't intended, but it's working very well with families. I think kids are really connecting to it, which I think comes through from the books of Jacqueline's originals. She connects to her audience so well, and hopefully we've got some of that connection from what we've seen so far.
Yeah. The movie is magical. The movie is great. Be sure to, guys, check it out on DVD, video on demand, digital, available on June 30th. For Kids in It. My name is Ruben. That is Mr. Andy De Emmony. And be sure to watch the movie and check it out.
Thanks very much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.